TV20 News Weekend Report. This is TV20 News in high definition.
Good evening, everyone. We begin our newscast tonight with Vote 2012 news. Thousands of Republicans gathered at the Villages today to support GOP Vice Presidential hopeful Paul Ryan. TV20's Yadima Farinas reports his 78-year-old grandmother joined him as he spoke about Medicare.
This is my mom, Betty. She's why I'm here.
With his mom, Betty Douglas, by his side, Republican vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan took the stage, speaking about hot topics like Medicare.
It's not just a program. It's not just a bunch of numbers. It's what my mom relies on.
Supporters cheered him on as he told them seniors don't have to worry about their Medicare if Mitt Romney ends up at the White House. Ryan accuses President Obama of cutting $716 billion from the Medicare program to pay for the Obamacare program.
Medicare should not be used as a piggy bank for Obamacare. Medicare should be the promise that it made to our current seniors, period, end of story.
Republican supporters agreeing with Ryan.
We paid into Medicare and Social Security for over 50 years. Now it's time for payback. We don't like it when it's taken away and put into something for somebody else.
Ryan told the audience in order to save Medicare for this generation, it has to be reformed during his generation.
We will restore the promise of this program, and we will make sure that this board of bureaucrats will not mess with my mom's health care or your mom's health care.
He spoke about the Romney-Ryan plan, which is making a stronger middle-class economy, creating more jobs, and working with small businesses. In front of more than 2,000 people, Ryan shared a story about his mom starting a small business when his father died.
I'm proud of you for the small business that you created, and Mom, you did build that!
He expressed how important this year's election is, which many other Americans agree.
I got children and grandchildren. I want to be able to leave them a good USA.
Yadimi Farinas, TV20 News.
And while Mitt Romney was fundraising in Massachusetts, his vice presidential running mate went on the attack, accusing President Obama of cutting billions from the program to finance federal health insurance, just like we told you in that package. But Democrats have been critical of the Republicans because of Ryan's proposal in Congress to overhaul Medicare. Now, campaigning in New Hampshire, President Obama went on the defensive against the Republican charges.
They're being dishonest about my plans since they can't sell their plans. You'd think they'd avoid talking about Medicare, given the fact that both of them have proposed to voucherize the Medicare system.
The president challenged the crowd to ask his rivals about tax proposals when they visit the Granite State on Monday. And time now to take our first look at the weather with our meteorologist, Mike Gismondi. Mike, we had some afternoon showers this afternoon. Is it going to be the same for tomorrow? Thanks, Mike. She's best known for her lawsuit against Casey Anthony, but the woman referred to in the media as Zanny the Nanny spent the night in jail. Orange County officials say the Florida Department of Alcoholic Beverages and Tobacco arrested Zenaida Gonzalez for allegedly serving alcohol to a minor. She was reportedly taken into custody last night. Gonzalez shares the same name as the nanny Anthony initially said kidnapped her daughter Kaylee back in 2008. Anthony's attorneys later admitted the stories about Zanny the Nanny were made up. A Gainesville man is in jail tonight after threatening his one-year-old baby and two other women. Alachua County Sheriff deputies say 44-year-old Daniel Joseph O'Brien broke into a house where his child and the child's grandmother and aunt were staying. O'Brien was arguing with the two women and even formed a fist and even threatened them. Now he's charged with child abuse and battery during a burglary. It was a day to go outside, have peace, pause, and music, and also be groovy, but to also adopt some lovable animals who are in need of a home. The Wolfstock Class 2, which included dogs like Amy, Dude, and Trip, were all out and about meeting potential owners who could take them home. The event was held at Earth Pets right here in Gainesville, and that's where residents ate some food, met some chill people, and simply interacted with the potential dogs. Well, juvenile crime rates increased over the summer when kids are out of school. However, the Gainesville Police Department is trying to keep these youngsters out of trouble. TV20's Stephanie Bachara shows us how GPD is providing free activities to keep teens busy when school's out.
Law enforcement officers, we get involved with them for negative issues.
Captain Lonnie Scott with GPD says it's their duty to keep kids out of trouble when school's out. That's why this afternoon families enjoyed a free barbecue and school supplies alongside the pool during a back-to-school party called Operation Respect Yourself.
Gainesville Police Department says events like these not only encourage kids to engage in positive activity, but it also builds a relationship between public officials and the community.
This is our effort to show the public and really the kids more than anything else that we are partners with them in becoming productive citizens.
But the city and the police weren't the only ones lending a hand. Local churches were in it as well.
We partnered with them as in giving away school supplies for the children. We had enough for 150 children to give away backpacks.
Teens such as Tony Jackson are grateful for the collaboration.
To keep you out of trouble during the summer and it give you a chance to do some stuff that you might not be able to do in this economical time.
More than 300 people came out to Westside Park and enjoyed more than just the good weather. The event is expected to happen again next year. Stephanie Bechara, TV 20 News.
And more of your weekly report is on the way. Now we need them in order to eat bees. After the break, we find out what happened on National Bee Honey Day. Now this is your only live local weekend newscast.
You're watching TV 20 News Weekend Report. This is TV 20 News in high definition.
Thanks for coming back. These little creatures are not just sweet, but busy most of the time. Busy pollinating 2/3 of the world's crops. Today launches National Honeybee Awareness Week, and Gainesville celebrated with demonstrations, honey judging, and honey tasting. Cindy Belknap, the president of the Gainesville Area Bee Club, says awareness is the best way to protect this endangered species.
They're really an important, part of our society, and we have to protect them. So creating awareness within the public is, getting people interested, and we've had new people sign up for the club.
Hobbyist beekeepers have increased by 30% within the last 6 months, increasing the number of bee colonies across Florida to almost 400,000. And this Saturday was a beautiful Saturday to go out and relax by the pool, but once the rain passed, you see this beautiful sun-setting day on a summer day. Mike, can we get another day like this tomorrow?
It doesn't look quite as good. Soak that view in. Oh, it's already gone. You have to see me now. I don't think it's going to look like that tomorrow. More rain on the way, and it's going to be heavier at times. Over the next 7 days, stormy conditions tomorrow, and then temperatures really cooling off a little bit thanks to the increased chance of rain each day. Temperatures are only reaching the upper 80s, and once again, if that cloud cover and rain moves in a little bit earlier, they might not even get to the upper 80s, something to watch out on. And really, as we head through next work week, still going to be in the upper 80s, still a good chance of rain each day.
So it was hot, hot, hot. Now it's going to be wet, wet, wet.
And there you go. That's a great way to describe it. You just took my job for me.
Oh, well, magic. I mean, Mike needs you to work your magic. So just trying to make that work. All righty. Thanks, Mike. Florida football held its final practice of fall camp, but TV 20's Angelo Caruso is here to say there's plenty more grind to go before the season opener against Bowling Green.
And now it's up to the coaching staff, Duke, to figure out who's going to help this team trying to get back to Atlanta. Coming up, highlights from today's open practice at the Swamp and some fun in the O-Dome as well. Second annual Verizon Fan Day giving the chance for Orange and Blue faithful to meet their favorite Gators across 3 different sports. We're right back right after this. Furnace Jr. takes second, Villeneuve taking third. And last year's runner-up in the Sprint Cup Championship, Carl Edwards, still on the outs, looking in for the chase for the championship. He's winless on the season, currently has enough points, but needs that win to get one of those wild card spots, and he could definitely use one in Michigan tomorrow at 12.
And also, too, while you were in the Swamp today, you saw the QBs battle it out. Who do you think has a better chance of getting it?
It's really interesting. It's going to be a very, very close battle. Jacoby Brissett has the game experience from last year, but Jeff Driscoll is coming on very strong, had a very strong scrimmage today.
All righty. Thanks, Angelo. And while it was, going to be wet, 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 how's it going to be looking for the rest of the weekend?
You just said it right there. You did my job. It's going to be starting really in the morning tomorrow. Rain and heavy rain at that should begin anywhere from 10 to 11 a.m. and stick around through 3 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that late morning, early afternoon.
All righty. Thanks, Mike.
Sure.
And that's all the time we have for WCJB's Weekly Report. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow at 6. Have a great evening.